Hello, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel, and welcome to Fire Pro Wrestling. And we have a special matchup. It will be D. Scott Howard and Ken Castro taking on two of the Four Horsemen, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson, for the inaugural World Tag Team Heavyweight Championship in our Fire Pro Wrestling Subscriber League. The FOC Friends of the Channel, hoping to take on and win the first title for the FOC. This should be a slobber knocker. The FOC was facing a 4-month ban. It has been appealed for bogus charges in the Fire Pro Wrestling League. And now we're back with a vengeance. Let's get to the ringside announcement. So we have D. Scott Howard and Ken Castro, aka the Masked Avengers, taking on Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson for the vacant World Heavyweight Tag Team Championship in Fire Pro Wrestling. There is no time limit. There must be a winner in this match. And let's go to ringside. FOC members in the chat, Max Cornelius and Clinton Parks. And the Zombie, he says, thank you for your support, Al. You're welcome. You're welcome. Stop by, wanted to give you support to another good friend of the channel. You come by, you check out my stuff. When I do the boxing, I felt it. I saw you were doing a live stream. I wish I could have stayed longer. I had some issues with my cable TV. I was trying to fix that through the chat. All right, let's go to ringside. So thank you, gentlemen, for joining us, and let's see if the FOC can bring home the World Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. And here we go at ringside, and we prepare for the entrances here for the inaugural Tag Team Championship. And here comes the FOC. D. Scott Howard, Ken Castro entering the ring. To pure pandemonium, the FOC has gained in tremendous popularity. And here comes two of the Four Horsemen, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson. Anderson going bald up top, you can see that. FOC await the matchup. No time limit for the Heavyweight Tag Team Championship of the world. Fire Pro Wrestling. And here's the bout. And D. Scott Howard and Tully Blanchard with a forearm smash drops D. Scott Howard. They lock up once again, and again a forearm smash. D. Scott whips Tully to the ropes. They're going at it, and Tully Blanchard really trying to lay into D. Scott. Oh, a Kanaka headbutt. D. Scott brings Tully Blanchard down, drags him, and he's going to go for the pin. Tully Blanchard kicks out before there's not even a count. Big chop missed by D. Scott Howard. Oh, working the lower back, and now really working that lower leg area. Boston Crab. Tully Blanchard gets out of it. And D. Scott counters the suplex, and suplex Tully Blanchard to the canvas. D. Scott misses with the chop tag. Here comes Arn Anderson. They're trying to double team D. Scott, and they got him in the corner. And D. Scott goes to town, dropping Anderson and Blanchard. And now Arn Anderson lands the right hand. D. Scott Howard is not phased. They lock up. Oh, that was a cheap shot by Arn Anderson. Ooh, snapmare takedown. D. Scott. Oh, working that back here. Oh, knee to the small of the back. Oh, another knee to the small of the back. Boston Crab, they're really working that lower back area, trying to weaken Arn Anderson. They lock up once again. And D. Scott counters the suplex, and down goes Anderson. D. Scott taking it to Arn Anderson. Anderson, front face lock. Ooh, now he works the lower. Oh, that's a dirty, dirty kick to the back of the head of D. Scott Howard. D. Scott tags out to Ken Castro, and they come in, and here comes a double power bomb Kanaka. Excellent teamwork. D. Scott really trying to rearrange the teeth work of Arn Anderson. Oh, nice leg takedown. Excellent skill there by Ken Castro. Front face lock on the mat. Arn Anderson tries with a jab. Whips Castro to the ropes. Oh, a knee to the groin by Ken Castro. Good countered. He'll think twice before he does that again. Ooh, right hand by Castro. Forcing Arn Anderson back. Tagged to Tully Blanchard. And now they're going to double team Castro. Oh, boy. A double suplex. And another one. Ken Castro is being punished over in the Tully Blanchard Arn Anderson corner. They're going front face lock by Anderson. Castro. Working that lower lumbar. Oh, drop kick missed. Blanchard working the knee. Oh, good counter by Ken Castro. And Tully Blanchard, no fear, drives Castro's head into the turnbuckle. Side suplex. Both men tiring. They lock up once. Oh, a rake of the eyes of Ken Castro. DDT! Can Castro cover him? Oh, a kick to the midsection by Tully Blanchard. Kanaka headbutt by Castro. Castro brings him up. Misses with the right hand. Oh, a lariat drops him. Off the ropes goes Ken Castro. He drops the big elbow. But Tully Blanchard absorbed it well. Castro blocked those blows. Whip to the ropes, Blanchard over Castro. Castro goes off the ropes again, and he knocks down Tully Blanchard. Now going up off the turnbuckle. Oh, he missed with the big elbow slam. Castro clearing house, dropping. Power slam by Castro. Out of the ring goes Arn Anderson. Down goes Tully Blanchard. Figure four. Castro looking for the submission, and Arn Anderson comes in time. They're going for the double team. Lariat missed by Castro. Oh, forearm smash to the throat area. Drops Ken Castro. He's a little groggy. Whipped into the turnbuckle. Castro quickly tries to get out of there. And another power slam by Castro, sending Arn Anderson to campus. He tags out to D. Scott Howard. Here comes a really nice double team. Power bomb Kanaka. Both. One elbow by D. Scott Howard. Nailing Arn Anderson in the chest. Scoop slam by Anderson. Drags D. Scott towards the center of the ring. Trying to take the mask off. D. Scott counters him. Oh, an arm bar. They're working that shoulder area. D. Scott in a bit of pain. Front face lock. And now they continue to work the upper. Oh, they're really working that arm on the arm bar. Castro almost comes in the ring. Oh, wow. Really tremendous punishment D. Scott Howard's taking. They whip D. Scott to the rope. Arn Anderson, shoulder block, sends him down. Front face. Oh, good knee to the midsection. Excellent counter by D. Scott Howard. Drop kick to the back of the head. How the tide has turned here for the FOC. Jab by Anderson. Oh, back and forth they go with big right hands. And D. Scott Howard, Arn Anderson, D. Scott Howard, Arn Anderson, D. Scott Howard drops Anderson. But he's exhausted. He is exhausted. 10 minutes have elapsed. Again, a right hand by Arn Anderson. No time limit for this tag team championship. Front face lock, knee to the midsection. Howard off the top turnbuckle, elbow to the small of the back. Gets Anderson out. Anderson armbar, again working that shoulder area, trying to punish D. Scott Howard. He's favoring it now. Here's the tag into Tully Blanchard. Double team effort by Blanchard and Anderson. Oh! Suplex takes D. Scott Howard out of the ring. And Howard goes for the chair, but Anderson snaps him down. And he's choking him out on the outside. D. Scott smacks him in the head, goes for the chair again. And Anderson now rakes the eyes of D. Scott Howard. The kendo stick. Now the Kanaka headbutt. D. Scott picks up the chair. Suplexes Tully Blanchard. But he took the worst of the damage. Tully Blanchard going for the figure four on the outside. D. Scott counters it. Another rake of the eye to that dirty bastard Tully Blanchard. Kendo stick just drops Tully Blanchard. Meet my kendo stick, he is my friend. Blanchard counters with a suplex. Now the action's in the ring with Castro and Arn Anderson inside and out the ring. And look at those jabs by D. Scott Howard. Submission, put on Anderson. He gets out of it. And D. Scott Howard going to town with the kendo stick. Meet my kendo stick again, Arn Anderson. Oh, he's battering him. D. Scott hard into the corner. Oh, boy. That could be it for D. Scott Howard. Ken Castro's got to get in there. What's he doing? Oh, what tremendous fortitude. D. Scott counters him. They pound on the midsection. Potato sack slam. Ken Castro going for the victory here. But Arn Anderson rakes the eyes. They lock up. Right hand by Anderson. Castro, side suplex to the knee. Anderson drags him near the turnbuckle. Castro gets up. Kendo sticks it. Now they're working on Ken Castro's arm. Anderson drags him out and stomping on that lower lumbar region. That kendo stick's there for the taking. Castro off the ropes and a right hand that looked like a closed fist to me. Front face lock. Dragging Castro back towards the center of the ring. Again, working that lower lumbar region. Wearing down Ken Castro. And now the suplex. Both men exhausted. Anderson's up. He's groggy. And there it is. Castro whips him to the ropes. The lariat drops Arn Anderson. Oh, the neck breaker by Arn Anderson. Stomping away on the neck. Castro gets up. What's holding him up? Right hand by Arn Anderson. Off the ropes. Oh, side suplex by Arn Anderson. They cover. Here comes D. Scott Howard. The count reaches 2. D. Scott plants his boot in the head. Tully Blanchard whips D. Scott out of the ring. They come in the ring. Oh! Castro misses the splash. Arn Anderson signaling for the match to be over. Castro side suplex. Both wrestlers exhausted. 17 minutes gone in this match. Suplex Ken Castro. Anderson down again. Castro goes for the kendo stick. Meet my little friend as he nails him to the gut. Oh, neck breaker by Arn Anderson. A punch to the head. Down goes Castro. He's all but out. Anderson sizing him up for the end. Whips Castro to the ropes. Side suplex. Anderson trying to go for the cover. Castro gets up. Tags out to D. Scott Howard. The man in the purple mask. Oh, a big shot to the midsection. He picks up the kendo stick. And now he's going to show law and order. Oh, he dropped it. Off the ropes. Both men miss. D. Scott again whipped to the ropes by Arn Anderson. Ducks under. Anderson holds on. D. Scott. Oh, front face smash. D. Scott's groggy. Punch to the back of the head. He goes down. Anderson was going to tag out, but now comes back. Anderson. Both fighters miss with, another neck breaker. I think this could be over for the FOC. Come on, FOC. Right hand by D. Scott. Anderson. D. Scott. Anderson. D. Scott. Anderson. Oh, D. Scott is pissed. The drop kick nails him in the face. Anderson comes back with a lariat. Both men drop to the canvas. 20 minutes gone by. Scott whips Anderson to the ropes. The lariat drops him. Scott goes for the kendo stick. Bam! Down goes Anderson. Missed with the second swat. Missed with the third swat. DDT by D. Scott. Kendo stick. Meet Arn Anderson. Down goes Anderson. Kendo stick. Meet Arn Anderson. Down goes Anderson. Kendo stick to the small of the back. D. Scott really showing him who's boss and what the FOC is all about as he smacks him in the back of the head. Drags him to the middle. Oh, they let him get loose though. Tully Blanchard tags in. And Blanchard side of D. Scott is possessed. Side to side suplex off the top rope. The splash. The cover. 2, 3. The FOC has taken their first championship. The FOC wins the Tag Team Heavyweight Championship in Fire Pro Wrestling. Absolutely outstanding. Unbelievable. Oh my lord! Absolutely outstanding! The FOC, after being suspended for months for bogus charges, and now it has come all the way full circle. We have taken our first title in Fire Pro Wrestling. D. Scott Howard and Ken Castro. Almost 22 minutes into the match, the big splash off the top turnbuckle. 1, 2, 3, and the title belts go around the waist of D. Scott Howard, the man in the purple mask, and Ken Castro with the gold mask. Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson are in shock. As Max Cornelius, a member of the FOC stable, says, FOC for life! And that's what it is, because there is the right way, there is the wrong way, and then there's the FOC way, which is always the right way. Tremendous matchup. D. Scott Howard and Ken Castro bring the first title back to the FOC stable. We're trying to sign contracts now for the U.S. heavyweight title and also for the heavyweight title. We're in negotiations for ID Gesture to take on a legend of professional wrestling for the U.S. heavyweight title. But we can't get Macho Man to sign the contract. ID Gesture earned his USA title shot by defeating George the Animal Steele. Now, if we've told them, if Macho Man doesn't want to put his name on the contract, we will take George the Animal Steele on once again in a rematch. We beat him once, we'll beat him again. We'll put anybody in the ring against ID Gesture. He will become the U.S. champion. We are currently in negotiations with the Cubs, the Bears, to take on Ric Flair for the World Heavyweight Championship. But where's Flair? Where's Flair? Nowhere to be found. Ink the contract, Rick. We also are looking for a 6-man tag team championship bout, but no one wants to take on the FOC. We're back in business, baby. The suspension is over. It was a bogus suspension. I don't know who hit Hulk Hogan with those chairs outside the locker room. I don't know why they blame it on the FOC. It has nothing to do with the FOC. I heard he fell on those chairs by accident. That's what I heard. So the FOC comes back more powerful than ever. We get our first world title. We win the vacant World Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. D. Scott Howard and Ken Castro take out 2 of the 4 horsemen, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson. D. Scott Howard off the top turnbuckle, the big splash, the cover-up, 1, 2, 3, and the belts are around FOC members' waists. As Clinton Parks is calling out Ken Patera in an interview at ringside. And that could be for the Intercontinental Championship. Will Patera put his signature on the contract? Will Patera put his signature on the contract to face Clinton Parks for the Intercontinental Championship? Willie, Beatles Eternally, and myself, we've been lobbying for Beatles to go after the European title against one of the British Bulldogs. But they won't put their name on the contract. They won't put their name on the contract. But the FOC's back. D. Scott Howard, Ken Castro bring the first title to what will be known as Titletown here in Fire Pro Wrestling. We will own all the titles before it's done. They will fear the FOC. There is no place the legends of professional wrestlers can hide. Just because they had the connections and had us suspended bogusly, where the FOC did not wrestle for months, but we stayed in training, and each day we got stronger stronger and stronger. And revenge was on our mind. And the first two to take the punishment of the FOC, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson, two of the dirtiest wrestlers. But you know how you beat dirty wrestlers? With even more dirty tactics. You run into the wrong bunch of people, legends of professional wrestling. There is no escape from the FOC. We're gunning for all of yous. So once again, congratulations to D. Scott Howard and Ken Castro taking the World Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. As Clinton Park says, he wants Ken Patera again. This is revenge. He says Patera's been making eyes at Honey Bunny, who escorts him out to the ring. We're not going to have that. We're not going to have that. And again, I don't know who hit Hulk Hogan with those chairs. I don't know. I don't care what the video says. They say I was there. They say Ken Castro was there. They say D. Scott Howard. They said the whole FOC was there. I remember he fell down and we were trying to help him up. That's what I remember. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know who kicked him in the face. I thought he fell. And joining us in the chat for an interview, Ken Castro, one of the new members of the Heavyweight Tag Team Championship, D. Scott Howard and Ken Castro, in what we call the East-West connection, the only East-West connection. It was a tremendous match. Unbelievable. The fortitude, the testicular fortitude by D. Scott Howard and Ken Castro to defeat these two so-called wrestlers, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson. And now, we're going to try to ink some more matches. We're going to try to get that USA title match between ID Gesture and Macho Man Savage. And you know what? We'll take anybody on. We'll take anybody on. ID Gesture wants that USA title. The Cubs of Bears wants the heavyweight title of the world. So once again, remember, there's the right way, the wrong way, and then there's the only way, the FOC way. Exactly. Clinton Park says Hulk Hogan slipped. There was some soap. I don't recall ever hitting him with a chair. I don't recall seeing Clinton Parks hit him with a chair, or I don't recall any of the FOC members hitting Hulk Hogan with a chair. You know, I don't recall it. I don't recall. Videos can be altered. I remember when they brought me before the commission, they said, they heard me say, kick him in the head. I just don't remember. I don't think I said that. I believe I said, put a pillow under his head. I believe that's what I said. So, anyway. So, hats off and congratulations to D. Scott Howard and Ken Castro. We clamored for this tag team matchup. Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson said, oh, we'll take them out in 3 minutes. 3 minutes, my ass. The belts are not around your fat bastards' waists. It's around the FOC. So congrats, D. Scott Howard, Ken Castro, bringing the first of many titles back to the FOC stable. And we have news for you, Hulk Hogan. Those filthy lies that you spread about the FOC, we don't forget. We never forget. We're gunning for all the legends of professional wrestling. Ric Flair, put your name on the contract and meet the Cubs, the Bears for the World Heavyweight title. Randy Macho Man Savage, put your name on the contract and meet ID Gesture for the United States Heavyweight title. Davy Boy, Kid Dynamite, whatever the hell you're called, put your name on the contract and meet Beatles' attorney for the European Championship. We're going to win all the titles. TV titles, USA titles, Intercontinental titles, World titles. We're going to own them all. There will be no place for the legends. We will stomp them out like the bugs they are. So, once again, the right way, the wrong way, the only way is the FOC way. FOC for life!